Lights, camera, action, I'm splashing.
You're talking to the Rolex wearer, diamond ring wearer, Ken Still, wheel and dip, limousine ride, jet flying, settling up, and I'm having a hard time holding these Detroit Lions down. Woo! Pussy.
I told you. You ain't tell me shit. And I also told you that the Cardinals are going to fly high over the Rams. And didn't I also say that Tampa Bay was going to keep it close and they got to fucking win? And I went on live right before you stared right into the camera lens and said my Raiders were going to lose in Baltimore. And what did they do? They come out with a win. What up, everybody? This is UpnSmoke, the podcast. I am your host, Ann Giovanni. This podcast is brought to you by and sponsored by the Space Station. So I don't got to say who's behind the camera because you know it's the best. Just a few things we're going to go over today. Kind of got a little behind on the 8 ball. We were going to talk about Detroit and the Tampa Bay game. There's really not too much to cover because you already know. We also had that Bird Bowl I was talking about where we had the Falcons taking on the Eagles. And you seen that was a good one. Very underrated game. Falcons got it done there and snuck out of there with a win. They won by a point. Drake London go-ahead touchdown. So that was a good game there. We also had a bullshit game last night as the Patriots flew in to MetLife against the Jets in that cheap-ass turf. Really not too much of a game there. Jared Mayo, I see what you're doing. You're pretty much in the rebuild stage with New England. I like the culture and what you got going on, but you need a quarterback, and everybody can see that. You drafted Drake May, who was sort of in the same situation as RG3 when the Redskins drafted him, because not only did the Patriots draft Drake May, but they drafted Joe Milton in the later rounds. Milton, quarterback, former Michigan Wolverine, Tennessee Volunteer. So you got two quarterbacks on that roster, and neither one of them show any promise right now. Still early, they're still young. They got savvy veteran Jacoby Brissett. He couldn't get it done. It just boils down to the Patriots really don't have too many weapons. The Jets, on the other hand, they got a plethora of weapons, and boy, did they use them last night. Aaron Rodgers looked like old vintage Aaron Rodgers. He was mobile in the pocket, scrambling outside, getting a few runs in. He still throws that ball just like he was slinging it in Green Bay. What we do know is that Allen Lazard is still his go-to. And Garrett Wilson, he finally got it going with Garrett Wilson. He caught his first touchdown with Aaron Rodgers. So it just boils down to the Jets. They just too strong there at home. I look for the Jets down in the road to build up that strength. They're going to be stronger here. They're just going to be one of those teams to really look out for going down into the postseason. So Jets win 24-3. Like I said, Patriots really didn't even show up there. And like I said, on my picks for last week and week 2, I split. Really didn't have too good of a week. But like I said, it's early. And that's the good part about this. I can sit on my show, on this couch right here, sit right before you people. I get to talk shit, make my picks, parlays, all that good stuff. I get to load you up with knowledge and intel that I know or different insights of the game. Now, some of this shit goes my way. Some of this shit don't. But one thing I do know is I have no control of this. It's all on the players. Like I said, I split. I went 50-50 for the week on week 2's picks. So you know what? We'll just charge up, get ready for week 3. and just hopefully we can bet a little bit better here going forward. Now we're going to get into this other segment called the UpnSmoke Players of the Week, where I just simply pick 3 players who I feel balled out and had good performances. My first one, Alvin Kamara. He had 115 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. He had another 2 catches, 70 yards in the air, and a touchdown. Altogether, 4 touchdowns, and he's got the win. New Orleans is on fire over there. And my second player for the UpnSmoke Player of the Week, rookie Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. He had 4 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But get this, he did all that in 1 quarter. You can expect that, though. Week 1, he only got 1 target for 4 yards. I wonder if there's a little bit of beef over there in Arizona with him and Kyler Murray. Kind of curious to see how that's going to happen, or what's going to happen there in the upcoming weeks. They got Detroit, and I'm looking for the Lions to take a bite out of their feathers. My third player and my final player for the UpnSmoke Players of the Week, James Cook. And James Cook combined for over 100 yards total offense and 3 touchdowns, cooking in the kitchen all day. And that's your UpnSmoke Players of the Week. We're going to get into this other segment. You're familiar with this in my previous episodes. It's called Quick Hits. Quick Hits, once again, is simply me just going over this team plays that team, who I think's going to win, with a bulletin to back it up. Obviously, we had the Patriots and the Jets. I had the Jets winning, and they won. We got the Panthers at Raiders. Panthers, once again, they're a fucking dumpster fire. I'm looking for Raiders to get win number 2. What are they going to do with Bryce Young? I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen there. I heard he's up to anything, and I heard some trade rumors going on. There's 4 teams looking to maybe get into a bidding war for Bryce Young. We got the Lions at Cardinals. Here, I'm going to take the Lions, my home team, but I just want you guys to keep in mind, this game is going to be a close game. And don't say I told you so, but they're going to probably end up cheating because I can already see it. But I'm still riding with Detroit, but just know there's going to be some cheating going on. You got Chargers and Steelers. I heard Justin Herbert might not play. If he does or if he doesn't, I'm still taking the Steelers here. I feel like the Steelers got a nice defense. They're solid. T.J. Watt, he's a stud. I like Justin Fields and what he's got going on. He'll catch his rhythm. We got the Texans and Vikings. This is a good one, and this is a very underrated game. Let me give you a statistic. You know, the Texans, they never beat the Vikings in their 22 years of existence. Dig that, and I want you to dig this. Because Stefan's not on Minnesota no more, the team that drafted him in the beginning. Pissed and moaned his way out of there, whined like a baby back bitch in Buffalo. Now you're in Houston. Stefan, what are you going to do? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm riding with C.J. Stroud and the Texans on the road. We got the Eagles and Saints. Listen to this. You thinking the Eagles, rightfully so. I think this car's running on premium this year, baby. I think I might take the Saints here at home. But here's the thing. Derek, he's a quarterback that gives you 1-2 good performances, and then he pisses down the road again. So just keep that in mind. Still going to ride with the Saints. I like what they got. We got the Broncos at Tampa Bay. Well, and it's the Bake Show. Baker Mayfield, you know you're my guy. And I'm riding with you again to get win number 2. We got Packers and the Titans. This is going to be an interesting game to watch. I like to call this the Malik Willis Bowl. You ask why? Willis, drafted by Tennessee Titans a couple years ago. He was that highly touted quarterback out of Liberty. Okay, gets to Tennessee. And you get to say things just don't work out. It just didn't happen how they wanted it to. And he ends up in Green Bay. Jordan Love's out, so now Malik gets to start. Curious to see how that plays out. And I'm riding with the Packers on the road. Will Levis, these last 2 games, Tennessee's been in them. You put them out of them. Next game, we got the Giants and the Browns. I'm taking Cleveland here at home, even though their quarterback situation is fuck. Operation Stop Malik Neighbors. You do that, you win. I'm taking Browns at home. Bears and the Colts. I mean, have we seen anything out of Caleb Williams in these first two starts? I don't know. All I seen was a fresh, clear fucking coat paint on his fucking nails. I like the Colts here at home. I like Anthony Richardson. I know his first two games have been rusty, but that's okay. The guy's coming off shoulder surgery. Wait till he finds his rhythm. Cam Newton-like. Dolphins at Seahawks. Listen, man, you got Tua fish in a fucking can right now, so they got a backup there in Miami. You're going against the Seattle in the 12th man. What's the 12th man, you ask? It's a whole nother element to Seattle's game. The 12th man is their crowd. They're fiery, they're feisty, and it's just hard to play there. They're loud. Taking Seattle at home. That backup quarterback ain't going to know what hit him. Get this one. You got the Ravens going against Jerry's world, Dallas Cowboys. I like Lamar Jackson to get a win. Right against that Nazi Jerry. Take that. You got the 49ers and the Rams. This game here, might as well call it a stretcher game. Rams without the receiving duo, Kupp and Nakua. Same thing with the Niners. I don't think Deebo Samuel's playing. You had Ricky Pearsall, who took that gunshot wound to the chest. Thank God he survived. He's out. You just got really Brandon Ayuk, and I heard George Kittle's probably not going to play either. Still like 49ers in their defense. They got Warner and Bosa over there. I like them cats. I'm going to take the 49ers there on the road. Chiefs at Atlanta. Chiefs, they got away by the skin of their teeth these last couple weeks. That last game was bullshit. Arguable call with that pass interference there and that final play there. It just seems like Pat Mahomes, anytime Kansas City gets into some fucking scrum or a scuff or any type of fire, it's like Pat Mahomes goes like this with a little bit of hush money, like almost, here, take this. Well, you know what? You take this. I'm taking Atlanta at home. You got the Jags at the Bills, who I say Jacksonville Jesus. Trevor Lawrence, you won't believe this. He's 2-0 against Josh Allen. Not today, mister, because I like Josh Allen and the Bills at home. And in your final game for the Monday night, you got the Commanders and the Bengals. This is what I call the LSU Heisman Bowl. You ask why? Both of these respective quarterbacks went to LSU, won the Heisman there at LSU, okay? Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow. You know what kind of cat Joe Burrow was in college. People can argue he had one of the best offensive teams ever put up pinball numbers. Jaden Daniels, he had a similar team. Even though Burrow won the national championship, the Tigers, when they were at the helm with Jaden Daniels, they just weren't that strong. But he still won the Heisman, so that really shows how good that kid really is. I'm still going to take the Bengals at home here. Bengals, what are we doing, Zach Taylor? You going to pay Jamar Chase or what? All right, I think the guy's put up feasible numbers. All right, top 5 receiver in the league since he's been in the league. Everybody else at receivers getting their money. What about me? Pay Jamar Chase. I also heard T. Higgins is coming back too, so wait till Joe Burrow starts cooking in the kitchen with them two, taking Cincinnati at home. And that's it for my quick hit segment. I think that's all the smoke for today as I put the blunt out. Thank you all for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for the support. There's only one way to go, and that's up. And we're going to do it. Up in smoke. Pussy. Half. Out. I didn't. Right here. Add something, take it out. This is Up in Smoke. Peace.